Go.
So I guess in the north of the map, in the color blue, we have Bananaman playing as the Babylonians. And then in the south of the map, in the color red, playing as the Egyptians, we have Striker.
Okay. And Striker is opening right now for hunt and entries. He's
Yeah,
not gonna go for the duck first.
no quick dock.
Yeah.
Bananaman on the other hand, looks like two opened up with two
Yeah.
ox carts.
Pretty much the same.
Food and wood, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no early docks from both players.
So what do you think the best is for this map? Do you go for one duck straight?
Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of Big Island. It's kind of one of my more awkward maps. Don't really know how to play it, but I think it's nice if you can get that wood line maybe a little closer to the water, or if it's nice to have that dock that you can use for both.
Yeah, honestly, basically, it's better if you take the wood from the front, because if you lose water, you don't have to transition your villager from wood,
Yeah, that's one.
on the back, and you can go. You stay on the front, and they don't move. You don't lose your storehouse. And also, when we, for the opening, I think it's better if you go for the duck instead of building the one for the storehouse for the food, because you can gather from the the 1,000 food from the fish.
Oh, that's true.
The duck is already here for the drop site, and you can definitely build the storehouse for the wood. So yeah, just for the wood to be efficient.
And the fish gather rate is faster than berries, so it's not that bad. It was at 1.0 there. So both players throwing down their docks now. That didn't take too long.
So yeah, the problem with Babylonian, if you go for this opening, is that the duck costs 200 wood, while any other duck is 150. So, but on the other end, if you have a hunt close to tree, you can gather wood and food at the same place
and save that 50 wood, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
you basically will be ahead in terms of economy faster.
Yeah. So Striker got his dock up a little sooner. He's gonna get this first fishing boat out a little faster.
Yeah.
He is one villager behind already, though. I think that's just because he's Egypt, and the villager delays a little less, or training time is a little more.
No, definitely not. Not for. Okay, you mean maybe when you looked, it wasn't like the same number. Okay.
Yeah.
But for 1 second, it doesn't change a lot. It takes like 16 villager before you lose one.
Okay.
And if you're against Babylonian, like, you will be pretty much even anyway. But if you're like against another civilization, you will be like 3 villager, 4 villager ahead because of the age up.
That's true.
So that's an advantage for a civ like Babylonian and Egypt, and that's why they have they are most likely to have a better economy than Greek, Persia.
Yeah, definitely don't have to worry about the town center being busy researching. So we got the Temple of Ra going down for Striker, and then the Ziggurat for Bananaman.
Yeah, pretty much in the same time. So if you think about the line where you accomplish your stuff, they are pretty much even.
So Bananaman is gathering stone.
Yeah.
And Striker is doing the same thing now.
Yeah, exactly the same thing. Yeah, booming in this game is just so strong because it takes so much to destroy the stuff. And in the early, it's like it's tougher.
Yeah.
But Egypt do have an advantage on that matchup in H2 because their cavalry counter the cavalry of the Babylonian.
That is true.
So if Striker put early pressure, like he should be slightly ahead.
I feel pretty much camels are pretty good unit to make for Egypt in H2, regardless of which civ you're playing. Maybe not. Maybe not Celts, I guess.
It depends. If you're on a small map, like I don't know about opening like stable, because then your opponent, especially if you do too stable, because then your opponent do 2 racks and just rush you. Like he can just hold with a little amount of spearmen and attack at the same time, and then you don't have any counter. So he's just gonna push.
That is true. What do you think of Bananaman's second TC placement here?
Yeah,
just
I
on a
think
hunt.
It's popular. It's popular these days, but I would still have to take the the spot you're looking right now,
Yeah.
the gold.
I think that would have been a little better. Even if he went on this side by the trees too, so it was further from the water,
Yeah,
might have been ideal.
I think it's better, yeah, near the tree. But in the same time, it depends. Do you control water? Is it gonna go H4? Because H4, like Egypt, have you know, the galley that that destroy buildings. Ballista, yeah.
Yeah.
Ballista trireme.
That is true.
Exactly.
So we do have the first trireme for Striker, making his way up the north coast here.
Yeah, and it's very important to know what side your opponent is attacking you when you play a map like that, because like if you just want to defend, you know, the map is huge. You don't have to travel all the map, and you can just wait. Like, and your opponent is gonna attack you anyway. If he make both, it's because he want to attack you. But if you want to save your macro and just wait there, you can maybe do something else on the side. And if you know where it's coming from, that's perfect. Because if you see the right side of the map, the choke is really small. And if you no, that's the left side. Yeah. The totally right side of the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. A place like that, like, it's small. So if your ship wait there, they're not gonna pass.
That is true. So Bananaman was smart. He did cancel that third fishing boat and quickly switched it to a Byron, but it was a little late. He's already lost one fishing boat. This one did manage to get away. And we do have a second trireme on the way.
And there's also the fact that trireme are better than bireme, but anyway, every boat beat bireme.
So yeah, Bananaman forced to move off this wood line.
Yeah,
didn't take any damage on his villagers.
Yeah, but damage. I mean, they are moving, so they are losing resources, so it's damage. It's considered damage too, even if you don't lose these villagers.
Yeah. So it looks like he did cancel his bireme. I think he's just gonna forfeit water already, and is dropping
at this
down
point,
stable.
I think it's wise. It's wise at this point to do that. Would have struggled anyway.
So no military building for Striker yet. He's just gonna try and quickly make his way up to the Silver Age, dropping that temple is set. And Bananaman is on the way to the Silver Age as well, so not gonna have any battle in Age 2 between these players, and he'll be able to get those mounted archers now out.
But I mean, it doesn't matter because it's, you know, it's quick anyway. So
stable coming down for Striker.
And Bananaman is a lot behind right now. Yeah, he's probably gonna lose this game, and very quick.
36 villagers to the 35, so he does still have the villager lead. But he's gonna be missing out on this fish now. So second dock even for Striker is getting the net lures. So yeah, his food economy is just gonna be off the charts here.
Yeah, but the thing, like, I think Striker have 2 docks right now, right?
Yeah, Striker does have 2 docks.
Okay, so yeah, that's something that's gonna slow him, because both cost 100 wood, and you know, at some point you realize that when you open more than 1 dock on a water map, you slow yourself on the age up on the units. So that might be an advantage for Bananaman here. It's not gonna be in the long term, but at the moment it's one.
So it looks like he is gonna pick off 1 villager here with his rogue lancer. Could be in this wood line here. So yeah, no gardens, and one thing I think Bananaman could be doing, he's got these ox carts, right? You go on these hunts. He did get picker's gloves, which is nice, but
yeah,
he should be using these hunts while you can.
Yeah.
Is dropping to his 3rd town center very quick though, which is really good for him. Keeping on top of his economic upgrades, getting that pole saw now and placer mining. Striker on the other hand hasn't got those 2 yet, but he is making some camels.
He should at least get the tree one, the one for the tree.
Yeah, he's doing it, and he is even using wheelbarrow from the town center.
Yeah, wheelbarrow, very huge upgrade.
So he's got his 2 triremes, pretty much good locations. Just keeping an eye on, making sure there's no other dock coming down. Here comes down the gardens for Bananaman. Is getting cultivation. So I think he's making the right steps here to try and catch up economically here.
Yeah, they are booming pretty hard. And I wonder, like, if we are gonna see a market real soon.
Oh yes, he does have this one villager striker on the south side. He's sending himself up to make a market.
Is it a fort deck? Is it a fort deck?
So yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 docks. Is building a fifth, so he is.
Yeah, that's
totally taking control
that's good
of
for
this
Bananaman. That's good for Bananaman actually, but he needs to attack quick. If he doesn't attack, it doesn't matter. But if he attacks quick, he will be slightly ahead.
So one thing with Bananaman, he's continuing to make some mostly lancers.
Yeah, he needs to make
mounted archers here.
Yeah, mounted archer, right? It's like one of the best counter to the Egypt civilization.
Yeah. Just trying to run away from these camels. We do have the third town center for Striker also built on this wood line. Not wise, running under 3 TCs.
Yeah.
Fire. They just kind of melted that mounted archer.
Yeah.
So just see how many fishing ships is Striker up to now. 6, 9. 9 fishing ships.
Yeah, I think you should stop there.
Hasn't got net weights yet. Just continue. Look at these docks that he's placing here. He's taking over the whole coast.
Yeah, that's a lot exaggerated.
Some nice walls coming down for Bananaman using these clay walls while it only costs wood.
Yeah.
It's a smart strategy to get those down sooner than later and then upgrade them. Just throwing down more and more stables. I don't see an armory for him yet. Is there an armory for Striker?
I mean, Striker have
dropping it down right now.
Yeah.
So got a little bit of a force here. Some chariot archers and camels moving in. Be able to pick up a few villagers. See how Bananaman responds, moving his mounted archers and lancers to try and intercept this army. Striker's gonna have to run away here. Doesn't want to fight under that town center. Oh, the Striker doing a really good job with his watch post too. He's gonna have total vision of this entire map.
Yeah.
Bananaman is slowly just getting choked into a corner here. He's.
I don't see the population. What's the number?
Population right now. Oh, so Striker is 50 population ahead, and about 20 villagers with all these fishing ships.
He should just attack and end the game. He can end the game right now. His army is way bigger. Just trade, constantly trade. You have a better economy anyway, so even if he trade bad, you know he's gonna be a.
He can just remass.
As long as he trade. Yeah, he can just remass. But anyway, he would win because
he's
like
gonna
he have
pick
the
off
numbers.
all these stone villagers. It looks like.
Yeah, doesn't really matter if he attack on front, on the side, on the back. Like he's sure to win.
He did get away with 2 of those villagers. There's a lot of mounted archers here, though. He does have the Lancer champion. Still no Camel's Rider champion out of Striker. That'd be a pretty good upgrade to get. I think Bananaman will clean up this army. Oh, but we do have a flank here from Striker. Bunch of camels.
Yeah, I think he should have just group up and attack. Like if you get small group, but the small group get killed.
So interesting enough, Bananaman's actually making chariot archers of his own. Don't know if I agree with that decision.
No, it doesn't counter anything. So, but if you get mounted archer, they cost less population, and they counter like pretty much all the army of the Egyptian, except the mounted archer, which are like if you have to trade mounted archer against chariot, the chariot should win at the same number, but probably not at the same population.
Some forward siege workshops coming out.
Yeah, that's another good thing because like the army of Bananaman is a lot of peers.
I don't see this going up though. Bananaman's right here.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen there, but you can do it somewhere else.
Bananaman forced to get on farms already.
Yeah.
He's making a siege workshop of his own.
It's kind of sad when you think about that, because if he had all his army at the same place when he attacked Striker, he would have probably won right there. But now it puts him like behind, and you will have to come back.
So this could be the game-deciding fight right here.
And you see at the right there was still a Camel Rider, I think.
Yep.
So it wasn't all of Striker. Okay, yeah, he's raiding.
Good kiting from Bananaman here, though.
Yeah, all these trades are all in favor of Bananaman.
Yeah.
Like, he's very, very behind in economy, so like I said earlier, it doesn't really matter how good he trade against his opponent, because he will always be ahead. Come back, just non-stop. Like, it's so important the economy is in this game. That's why you see often like super boomy game, like endless boom. And if you can't pass this part, you can't rush quick enough, like your opponent is gonna win. So it's basically a race to the H4.
So Bananaman unsuccessful in denying this fortress.
Yeah.
And he's gonna lose out on this gold mine now. And really, this is his last one that he has. But there is 2,400 still. I guess he still has this one up here, but that's about to run out. So he's gonna be gold starved really quick here. And look at Striker. I swear he's like on every single gold mine.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
He has no farms because of course he has all these fishing ships. Look at his food eco, 3,000 food.
Yeah.
He can almost
and
go to
age, gotta go
golden
H4.
age. Yeah. Villager lead 85 to the 105.
105, fuck.
So that's probably almost a little too much for Striker at this point.
Yeah, that's too much.
Bananaman does garrison some archers and stuff in these siege towers.
Yeah, well,
they do some pretty good damage to these chariot archers.
Yeah. So that's cool that we are starting to see stuff like that with Babylonian, because earlier, like the RAM, they were not that good in terms of when they used their range.
Yeah.
But after that, I think the area of effect got larger, so it kind of helped them.
Just looks like Striker is able to remass his army a lot faster than Bananaman here.
Non-stop. In this game, like the training time, I think in the beginning it's okay because the time get untouched. But if you take just the Babylonian one, when they have all the garden, like the time gets just super ridiculous. Like if you take just Lancer, they get out in like 9 seconds, and I think it's the fastest cavalry of all the game. 9 seconds, think about that.
Yeah.
It's like infantry from in age 1, age 2.
So we do have this little army from Bananaman. He could be raiding these villagers here. But it looks like he's forced to come home to try and defend this. He's gonna get caught by Striker's army.
Yeah. Yeah, big time. If you see him. Yeah, and he doesn't seem to care about that.
Yeah, one thing with this Samashi, the game does seem like it's lagging a little more than it should be. It's not. So Striker does reach the golden age. Got some siege towers now. Just, Bananaman's having a hard time dealing with this composition from Striker.
Yeah.
I think he's got the right units that he needs, but
yeah, they both do. And anyway, in this map, they need mobility. So, but they like Mounted Archer, they counter the Camel Rider, and the Camel Rider, they counter
The Lancers. Yeah, so it's just a rock, paper, scissors type thing going on.
Not necessarily. I think it's better like the range because all the DPS come from there. All you need to do is to avoid engaging the camel rider. So you can basically just use the charge and go back.
And these camel riders are just totally overwhelming the Bananaman mounted archers, and that's the GG. Let's just update the score here. So that was a good game. What are your final thoughts on that one?
Yeah, but you know, it wasn't like when the Bananaman lose water was pretty much, you know, over for him at that point.
Yeah, that's
he
true.
was, yeah.
Crazy macro there from a striker taking control of the sea. We'll have a look at the stats here quickly while they're selecting their civs.
But there's one thing that surprised me is that why Bananaman didn't attack faster. You know, Striker put so many duck around the map. Like Bananaman had a timing, like to attack, and he didn't really. Like he attacked with 3 guys. He had 2 mounted archer and 1 lancer, and he lost them to the 2 TC. But if he just garrisoned all his army there, maybe just not boom, try something anyway. He was so far behind.
Yeah.
I think that's like he had to be successful there, or anyway it was over.
So have a look at the resources here. Almost 10,000 in favor of Striker.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be ahead a lot more on food than he really was.
Yeah, not necessarily, because remember it's a huge map, and it's cool when you get the first fish spot because it's close. But after that, it get a lot. It get far. So.
Okay, so let's just see if there's a way I can reduce some of this lag. People in the stream saying almost it's unwatchable. Let's see, I have nothing else open. Nothing really open. Let's go. So it looks like Bananaman has elected to use or choose Sheltered Pass as the next map.
Okay. And what save do you think they will pick? I think Striker is going for North, and Bananaman is going for Egypt. I don't. Let's see.
We'll see.
That's my prediction. Oh, and it's exact.
Yeah, good guess. How did you know?
Nah, it's how do I do it? You know, man. Like we talked about it at the start. Like Bananaman, I told you I always see him as Egypt, and the fact that he went Babylonian in the first place, like that's what surprised me more than I was expecting him to go Egypt at the first one. And the Striker, like we talked, he's a Norse player, so not seeing him play Norse at the first game can tell me that he's gonna play Norse just the game after, especially when it's a best of 3.
Yeah, and Sheltered Pass. I think it's not a bad map for Norse.
Yeah, it's not a but anyway. You know, all map or Egypt, it's just like an overall good seal. But yeah, I think Striker is gonna win this one anyway. Because if you think about the combo Raider and Horseman,
yeah,
like they both counter the composition of the Egyptian. Of course, they need the area, so he needs to avoid fighting in choke.
Yeah,
and if he succeed that, I think he will win the game. And there's also the fact that Raider are faster, they are tankier, so basically the chariot archer, they are not gonna hurt so much the horseman.
Okay, so let's get going. Top of the map in the north, we have Bananaman again in color blue, playing as the Egyptians this game. In South of the map, Striker in the color red playing as the Norse.
Yeah. You think we're gonna see a tower rush?
I wouldn't put it past Striker at this point.
Yeah, I hope not, because it's not the best strat, and it you know, like we talked, if he go for the late game, I think the Norse will win by default anyway. But it's hard to tell, man, because if you fight in choke and the Egyptian player gets the catapult, like I definitely think the Egyptian have an opportunity. It's gonna be interesting to see.
So Striker is scouting, I guess, Bananaman's base. Has to be careful. This guy taking a lot of DPS.
Yeah. Way too much for an early game like that. And also, I think it would be wiser to use his second scout. Ah, he wants to restart. I think he have the right to restart. Under 2 minutes or 3.
Yeah, it is
it
under
possible?
2 minutes. Let me see.
Yeah, I think it's a wise thing to do for him. He kind of failed a little.
Yeah, I don't see a second hunt, so I think that's a valid restart.
Yeah. But if it's for the hunt, then he doesn't have to use his own restart.
Yeah. There's only 2 hunts per player, but Strikers,
So it was fair.
Strikers is a lot farther, I think.
Oh, okay.
So he probably didn't scout it at that time. Yeah. But yeah, it was 2 hunts per player. Yeah, I don't know if I can stream this game under Hamachi. Everyone in chat's complaining, it's saying super laggy. Pretty much want to watch both.
Oh, okay. Do you think it's better if, like, I get out? Maybe you will save bandwidth? Because honestly, when I watch the screen too, it's super laggy. I don't watch the stream, but I watch the, you know, the screen.
I think we might have to, unfortunately. Like,
Okay, let's try it.
try
We'll
it one
try
game, see if it improves.
Yeah, if it doesn't change anything, then I can get back for
Sure.
the next one. So yes, see you.
Thanks, man. See ya. Just make sure everything else is closed here. Okay, so Striker has asked for a restart that last game. It was kind of a weird hunt spawn for both players. Both had 2, but Striker wanted to play it safe. Yeah, guys, I know about the quality issues. Trying to fix it. Both players are on Hamachi right now, and I think it lags a little more than normal. Hopefully this is better. So, again, in the north of the map, we have Bananaman, color blue, playing as the Egyptians. South of the map, we have Striker in the color red, playing as the Norse. So far, it looks a little better now. Both players opening up on their hunts. And storehouse on the single wood line. crazy going on yet. No barracks from players, but it's kind of expected in this matchup. Both players just want to get to H2 as soon as possible. So once again, I don't see a second hunt for both players. Don't really want to have to restart. Striker hasn't really scouted his base. Does have that elephant up there. Striker is throwing down that barracks with his scout. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to continue at this point. Don't see where the hunts are on Striker's side of the map, so I'm just gonna have to believe it's fair here. Tempo Raw going down for Bananaman, and he's starting to gather some stone. Both players are going for that second town center build. Both players' second hunts are in the same location, so should be able to react accordingly.
Ahura Master bless you.
Holy shoot, yeah, the stream is pretty much unwatchable with this Hamachi connection. Yeah, I might take, if this goes to a game 3, I'm really going to take a quick, maybe 5-minute break, see if I can sort something out here to fix it. But Striker is going to make his second town center on this elephant and hunt. He does have a third hunt. Ooh, I feel bad for Bananaman now. He does have 2 elephants though. Second town center coming down for Bananaman. He's getting that handsaw upgrade. Sword Striker is starting to make some throwing axemen. Got a camel rider raid here. Might be able to pick off 1 villager. Throwing axemen pretty much just doing no damage to this camel rider. Looks like Bananaman will get out, but he may get shot by this town center. Bananaman does manage to kill off 1 villager, is sitting 3 ahead. Dropping down a barracks as a second military building. Striker does take down this elephant with his town center and a couple throwing axemen. Crocodile is almost picking off that camel rider of Bananaman's. Second barracks coming down for Striker. He's making some spearmen now. Once he needs to deal with these camel riders. Bananaman does find that second elephant. Very nice. So I think he just got one more elephant spawn compared to the hunt. Very nice is using this Priestess of Ra to heal up these camel riders. Bananaman is making a second stable. Still no stable yet for Striker. Kind of playing it old school, just sticking with infantry. Bananaman using that, trying to use a double storehouse on this elephant and gold mine. Maybe the wood line. It's a little further than he'd probably like. Definitely needs to retask this Priestess of Ra on that town center. Does manage to kill Striker's range scout. Striker is on the way to the Silver Age. Got a second barracks coming down for Bananaman, so no H3 for him yet. Almost has the resources. Keep an eye on these camel riders. Looking like they're going to try and do some raiding. But Striker very wisely has some spearmen in this wood line. And is dropping the stables. That's his third building. Quick reaction time here from Striker. He's going to be able to scare these camel riders away. Ooh, Bananaman is going to be losing his scout to town center fire. It's unfortunate. Let's kill this other elephant. So I think this this matchup, Egypt versus Norse, doesn't really start picking up till age 3. Focus. Norse's probably wants to wait till they're age 3 so they can start making some horsemen. They don't have really an effective answer to camel riders in age 2. They just want to try and buy some time, get age 3 so they can get their own cavalry. So H2, they usually spend most of their time just trying to repel the attacks of Egypt with some spearmen. Striker throwing down a lot of military buildings, starting to make an archery range. Bananaman saw that H3 and is pushing in with a little force here, some axemen and camel riders. Does have a raid down here, but there's some spearmen. These camel riders are just gonna get melted if they stay there. So we do have a third town center coming down for Striker in a pretty good location. Gold Mine Berries also has another elephant. We got a nice raid here from Striker with some horsemen. You don't see that every day. Bananaman does manage to run away with these two. These horsemen are a little bit outnumbered, but they do a lot more damage than these camel riders. But these camel riders do have more speed, so these horsemen days are numbered. Striker looks like he might lose his scout as well. So Bananaman does reach the Silver Age himself. Does have the stone to make his third town center. So 2 archery ranges, and Striker is making some bowmen. Wow, crazy enough, these horsemen are still alive. It looks like this one is going to be able to run away. Bananaman building a nice fortress here, trying to secure himself this gold mine and stone. Striker's starting to make some farms. He's keeping on track of all his storehouse upgrades, very nice. Bananaman does need to get this pole saw. Just dropping his third town center in the wood line. It's gonna be kind of tough for him to set up a market line with his town centers where they are right now. Still don't see an armory from either player. So villager count is 54 for Bananaman to the 57 of Striker, so fairly even. Striker has a 20 population lead though, so it shows his army is a little bigger than Bananaman's. If Bananaman can somehow force a fight underneath this fortress, he should be okay. He's got a lot of horsemen on the field for Striker, so. And we do have champion axemen for Bananaman, so this fight's going to be interesting. And a second war elephant. We saw this last week, and I think it was who was playing? It was those walls were used by the Norse players right before an engagement happened, and it really helps them out. So right now, Striker just sitting in the center of the map with his army, securing himself a lot of map control, dropping down 2 armories here. Don't see an armory yet for Bananaman. Looks like both players' armies kind of going on either side of this canyon. Striker looks like he's going to be able to do some destruction here. Destroy some houses. Throwing down some walls to protect these bowmen. Kind of a nice pick from Bananaman here. Getting some horsemen. Throwing some houses down to try and make sure he doesn't get pop capped. These walls are going to be perfect for Striker. These bowmen nice and safe behind. It's going to be hard for these Egyptian units to get on top of them. We've got 16 horsemen in this fight. Looking at the population right now, seems like it's going pretty even actually. Elephants are having trouble getting on those range units of Striker. All these elephants are getting cleaned up. Striker is continuing to make more horsemen. It's not looking good for Bananaman. Very nice walls from Striker there. Totally won him that battle. Bananaman throwing down a market, but has to retax those caravans. A lot of villagers going down for Bananaman here, 60 to the 71. Striker is fighting under 2 town centers here. He's got a lot of resources, so it doesn't seem to really bother him. Making some more walls. Prevent himself from getting flanked. Don't know if Striker has enough melee units though to bring down this town center. Some raider or horsemen coming up here doing a little raid. Be able to get a couple villagers. So now I think these walls might be playing against Striker. He can't run away with his bowman. Eventually they're gonna get taken out with it, especially with this elephant coming behind them. Yeah, these bowmen are gonna be taken out. Swordsman getting quite a few kills up here, looks like. Bananaman down to 59 villagers to the 83 of Striker. Does have an armory up here, but hasn't gotten any upgrades going. Striker is building that fortress in the smack dab middle of the map. Another raid coming out. Some horsemen. Pretty much the last gold mine of, or safe gold mine for Bananaman is just about to run out here. Both his gold mines at home are running out low. Don't see a market line yet for Striker, but he is making a great haul. Very cool building. He's gonna get some rhapsodes or seers. Eventually get that chief if this game goes to the golden age. So yeah, now it's Bananaman, both gold mines running out. And a really weak market line. Only getting him 29 gold. His bank is gonna deplete really quick. He does have this one gold mine, but it's in a very hard position to defend. So he's gonna try and wall off this choke point and go for this one. It's pretty safe thanks to this fortress. So Striker is getting a Raider champion. Big army coming into the base of Bananaman from Striker. Does have some farb jarbs for siege. Bananaman's making a slinger switch here. He's got no meat shield though. I have a feeling this fortress is just gonna get taken down real quick. Bananaman not even making an effort to try and defend it. Let's get these range units. At least start picking off some of this infantry. Got a nice raid here from Striker 2, denying this gold. It's not looking good for Bananaman here. He needed that fortress to stay up. Let's have some chariot archers coming in from the east. Be able to pick off some of Striker's wood villagers. Once again, throwing down these walls for Striker. See if Bananaman remembers these chariot archers. Getting a lot of villager kills there. Striker all over the place with these horsemen, just raiding a ton of villagers. Poor Bananaman's down to 45, almost half the villagers of Striker. Okay, next series I'll try and reduce maybe the quality, just so it doesn't lag as much. But Bananaman does manage to clean up this army, but he's just so far behind, and that's gonna be the game. So Striker takes this series 2-0. Look at his pre-game stats here. So yeah, Striker is 12,000 resources ahead. Double the techs. Bananaman did do a good job at keeping up with villagers, but it was good raids by Striker. Okay, I will see if the next